Hi, my name is Alana Mbanza, and I'm a proud member of Leadership Tulsa's Thrive 5 cohort centered around education. I have been an educator in many capacities for over 10 years. I've been really passionate about college access and success, particularly for marginalized and underrepresented student populations. Really dedicated my career to disrupting educational inequities so that more Black and Brown students enroll, persist, and graduate from institutions of higher learning. I have found much joy and fulfillment in my career as an educator, and I'm really proud of the impact that I've had in the lives of students and families that I've served over the years. The reality, though, is that education as a profession can be very challenging work. Educators often face a lack of clear job descriptions and expectations. We have to deal with a lot of heavy work when it comes to navigating challenging family dynamics and navigating some of the mental and emotional difficulties that students are experiencing, particularly in light of the pandemic that we've all just lived through. And for that reason, a lot of educators are burning out. Every day I talk to educators who are, frustrated, they're overwhelmed, and some are even considering exiting the field altogether. In my project, I'd really love to explore the effects of educator burnout, but also I'm really interested in understanding what we can do to increase professional wellness for educators of all types. According to the APA Dictionary of Psychology, burnout is defined as physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion, accompanied by decreased motivation, lowered performance, and negative attitudes towards oneself and others. A 2022 Gallup panel workforce studies showed that K through 12 workers have the highest burnout rate of all industries in the United States. 44% say that they always or very often feel burned out. And at the college and university level, that number is 35% of workers say that they always or very often feel burnt out. So, what are some of the consequences of educator burnout? Some of these were pulled from a study conducted by RAND Corporation, who found that a much higher proportion of teachers report job-related stress and depression than the general adult population. New teachers are not immune from feelings of burnout, and in fact, they are leaving within years of entering the profession, resulting in a higher attrition rate for teachers. And there are also disproportionate burnout rates for educators of color. And we find that Black or African American teachers were particularly likely to plan to leave when compared with their counterparts. So not only does burnout have a negative effect personally on the educators who are experiencing the mental and emotional challenges that come with working in the field. Burnout is also having a profound effect on the profession itself, in that teachers and educators of all types are exiting the field for other industries, which has implications on the ability to develop long lasting and impactful student relationships, but also on turnover rate that we see in education across the nation. This is an adaptive challenge in that it's bigger than just my individual experiences. So I'm thankful that Leadership to Tulsa has provided tools and resources for me to manage this project. I'll start by developing a project plan that outlines key action items and the timeline for various phases of my project. I really do need to get a better understanding of multiple perspectives and explore diverse interpretations. And to do that, I need to connect with various stakeholders and factions to better understand their needs, desires, and motivations. So after developing a project plan, my next step will be to engage in some stakeholder mapping to identify key folks that I need to talk to about my issue. So, of course, I want to talk to educators, but I also think the perspectives of students, parents, and other community members are important as well. In Thrive, we had many different opportunities to practice interviewing community members, and I plan to use those skills to develop strong and effective empathy interview questions to gather information from my sources. I am a transplant to Tulsa through the Tulsa Remote program. So I also need to conduct a landscape analysis to better understand the local educational context. I have been incredibly fortunate in my time here in Tulsa to connect with many different educational nonprofit organizations through volunteer work or consulting. And so I'm excited to really explore those relationships and continue to build that network as I engage in this project.